Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the One More Thought podcast. My name is Heath, and as always, I get the honor and privilege of being the host for this podcast. It's truly an honor to see you guys engaging and being a part of it. It's been such a fun thing to do, and we are continuing today, and literally every week I say one of my favorite people is here today, but today, don't tell anybody else, but I probably mean it a little bit more. One of my favorite all-time people is in the podcast studio with us, Pastor Jonathan Hill. Pastor Jonathan is our lead executive pastor. He is also at Maverick Bank, and I'll let you talk a little bit about your position there. But sure. This guy has drastically changed my life through his friendship. And so we get to talk today, and I'm so excited you're here. Yeah. And so, man, tell them, everybody that may not know who you are, a little bit about yourself, your family, and your position at Maverick Bank.
Sure. Thanks, Pastor Heath. Yeah. Well, it's a privilege to be here, man. Yeah. I always enjoy talking to you. You know that.
Yeah.
So married to my wife, Alicia, have two awesome kids, my daughter, Cambry, and my son, Noah.
Yes.
They're both in the Cooper School District system and just doing phenomenally well. And then, I do get the opportunity to be with my group at Maverick Bank, and we're doing some banking things in the world and trying to make things as efficient and smooth in that business as we do here at COTR. So, yes, sir. It's been great.
I love it. And so what's so cool about you being here today is, we've preached series in the past about, we preached a series one time about the guys that brought the man to Jesus that needed to be healed, and they took him up on the roof and they cut a hole in the roof and they bring him down, and the thought was, who's carrying your mat? And it's the importance of intentional friendships.
Sure.
And so today, as we're talking about Jonah, the perspective is the people on the boat. And here's the concept, here's the thought, is everything was fine on the boat until Jonah came aboard.
Yeah.
And then the storms came.
Right.
And there are people that will come onto your boat or into your life, and if you're not careful, if you don't evaluate it, they'll cause storms in your life. And so today it's kind of that theme of not only who's carrying your mat, but who's in your boat. Like, who is in your boat? Who's your group? Who's your people? And I think we've both been on a journey in this. And so we get to talk a little bit today just about the importance of intentional friendships, intentional connections, people in our lives.
Yeah.
And you're really good at this. So I'm excited that you're here. And so kind of just give us your thoughts about when you hear who's on your boat.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you?
Well, I wrote down some notes, just some thoughts. I like to take notes. And a couple things I wrote down was, Jonah was running from his purpose.
Yeah.
And it was his disobedience to that purpose that created the storm for everybody else that was in the boat.
Yeah.
And so I think for me, that concept of who's in your boat is really important.
Yeah.
Because whatever's going on in their life, whether it's disobedience or positive movement,
so good,
it's going to impact you.
Yeah.
Because you're in the same boat.
That's right.
So
that's so good, man.
I mean, it hit me as I was looking at it. I was like, wow, God gave him clear direction and he didn't take it. He went a different direction, and he tried to pursue something else.
Yeah.
And that was disobedience.
Yeah.
And man, everybody was impacted by it.
And I think we've experienced that even in our short time here. I know you've experienced it in your journey in the banking world. And here's what I want to say to everybody watching as we're diving into this. This is one of the things that God's really been teaching me is when it comes to friendships, the only way I can describe it is to just say there's levels to this. We have gotten very intentional with the people that we would say are on our boat. And because we're busy in the church world and got 4 kids, carving out intentional time for them, but here's what it doesn't mean. I don't want you guys to get confused. It doesn't mean that we don't have other friends.
Sure.
It doesn't mean that we don't love other people. I used to think just the more the merrier. Invite everybody on the boat. Get everybody on the boat, even if it starts sinking a little bit. Get everybody on the boat. And what I've learned is there's actually great life. Jesus chose 12.
Right.
Like he said, these are my 12 that I'm going to invest in. Mm-hmm. I'm still going to be around other people, but these are my 12. And one of the things I've learned from you is you are very intentional with your group, with the people that you would say are on your boat, while still loving other people and while still having other friends. You have room in your schedule, room in your pace of life,
right,
for those people. And so talk about that just a little bit.
You bet, man.
Yeah.
I to stay along the theme of Jonah and the boat.
Yeah.
I thought through, okay, how could I put those people in categories? Just to stay with the boat theme.
Yeah.
Okay. And so here's what I wrote down. I wrote down that there's 3 people in the boat. There are people that are rowing.
Yeah.
There are people that are drifters, and there are people that are anchors.
Woo!
And in a simple way to look at it, the people that are rowing, man, they're the people that are, man, they're beside you.
Yeah.
You're going the same direction. They're doing some of the work. You're doing some of the work, but you're going the same way.
Yeah.
You're not going different directions. And those people, you see the movies where they're pounding the drums, right? And people are rowing. I mean, everybody's moving the ship in the same direction.
Yeah.
That's how I would describe, the people I want around me are those that, man, they're going the same way.
Yeah.
We have common goals.
Yeah.
We have common purpose.
Yeah.
And we have honestly common values too, in a lot of ways. And so we can talk more about that. But the second group would be drifters.
Yeah.
Man, they're just along for the ride.
Yeah.
They're not pulling you back. They're not pulling you forward, but they are taking some of your emotional capacity that you need to be with the people that are rowing the same directions. And so they're not doing anything to hurt you.
Yeah.
But I would argue they're also not doing anything to help you. And we heard a great quote at a conference a week ago that said, if you're not basically growing, you become a critic of those that are.
So true. So good.
And so I would advocate that while a drifter is not hurting you, if they're not growing or going the same direction, they are actually hurting you because they're not moving you where you need to go.
And they're actually adding weight to the boat, which is requiring you to work harder.
That's right.
If you want to talk about boating terms,
yes.
How that works. Tell us about the anchors.
So, you think about an anchor. What's an anchor do? It holds the boat in a spot, and that may be where the captain wants it.
Yeah.
But it's pulling the boat in a different direction than the rowers.
Yeah.
And I thought about Henry Cloud's statement about, you have 3 types of people. You have wise, foolish, and evil people.
Yeah.
And a lot of times an anchor person in your life, man, they're like, man, I just want to stay where we're at.
Yeah.
Because I'm content.
Yeah.
I'm happy. Sometimes that can be because they don't like the direction you're going.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's just because they don't want to get in the boat and really move.
Yeah.
A lot of times it could also be negativity.
Yeah.
And that type of person doesn't help you get where you need to go in life. Right. And so that would be the anchor mindset of, we're just not going to move because I don't have to and I don't want to. And
so even take it into a big, maybe you're watching today and you're in a leadership position, or maybe you're running a church or an organization, even in an organizational structure, the leader sets the vision, and you've got people that are either, I heard it said one time that culture is actually like, if you're in a raft, culture is actually the stream that's moving your organization, moving your life where it needs to go. And, I always think about, you got people that are rowing with you, or you got people that are just sitting there. You may have some people that are actually sticking the paddle in the other way, trying to resist.
Right.
And then you got the anchors. And so, man, what a powerful picture of that. I know you have been really intentional about the rowers in your life, the people that are helping you get where you want to go. I know you are a huge advocate for personal growth plans and always wanting to be growing and getting better. And I love that about you. And I've also seen how part of that has been surrounding yourself with those people that want you to grow. And so talk about that aspect from your life, what you've seen, what you've benefited from the rowers that have been in your life.
Yeah. I think, personally, I think we're a product of the mentors that we have.
Yeah.
And for me personally, you have to be willing to pursue those mentors.
Yeah.
It's got to be something that you want, that you advocate for in your life. And you've got to seek those people out. And it's not that, what I have found, Pastor Heath, is most people, especially in West Texas, they'll help you if you ask them.
Yeah.
It's developing the courage to be willing to ask.
Yeah.
And then when you do make the ask, showing up with an attitude of preparation, of not being in a place of like, hey, what can you give me?
Yeah.
It's more of, hey, I came prepared. I want to talk to you. I've got questions.
Yeah.
And man, they'll be surprised, number one, because most people don't show up that way in life. But for me, I have sought out mentors and coaches in the areas that I feel like I need to grow in.
Yeah.
And, whether it's spending personal money or whatever to pursue those things, it's changed my life.
Yeah.
And I try to surround myself with people that are going to push me to be better, and just to develop myself. It's something that I love leadership. I love pursuing things that are going to push me to become better.
Yeah.
And I feel, in our pursuit of the Lord, I mean, He pushes me every day.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about, our time in prayer and the Word. It's like, I don't read it because I know it already.
Yeah.
I read it because I want to know His Word and I want to know Him more.
Yeah.
And He's the guide.
Yeah.
I mean, He is
really
the guide. Good. And to tie it together, it's like Jonah in his boat. You want Jesus to be the one guiding your boat.
Yeah.
And you want to be rowing beside Him, really.
Yeah.
And so it's that model for me of just surrounding myself with people that are pushing me to be better.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to put just a bunch of quotes in here, but another one that we heard recently was, if you want to be around people that are allowed to question you.
Yeah.
Because the quote goes, leaders that can't be questioned do questionable things.
Yeah.
And so those people that are around us, they have to know you well enough to ask you good questions.
So good.
Yeah.
So good. I love that. I think we talk about this like it's an easy thing, and it hasn't always been an easy thing. I know for me, it hasn't always been an easy thing. I think a lot about the people who are listening right now, maybe tuning in, maybe watching, maybe they watched the sermon on Sunday and they're going, man, I've got some anchors in my life and I don't know how to deal with that. We have, you've seen in my life, even in the last 4 years, we have had people, be critics of us wanting to grow, critics of us wanting to get better. They've jumped ship. Several of them have jumped ship. And, man, the dynamic of our friendships have changed drastically in the last 4 years. And it's really stretched me and grown me to a new place. But for you, talking to everybody who's listening today, if they've got somebody in their life and they're like, man, they're just an anchor. They don't want to change, but I want to change. How do you begin to grow away from that, or to cut ties with the anchor, or to nobody wants to hurt the person, but there's been people in my life who have said, just like you said, the feeling is, man, they're good with where we are. They don't want us to grow. They don't want us to get better. They don't want us to keep moving in a positive direction. How do you begin to navigate distancing that relationship?
Well, first and foremost, I would offer a book recommendation. Necessary Endings by Dr. Henry Cloud would be a great one to read.
Yeah.
But I would say, first and foremost, Pastor Heath, it would be becoming honest with yourself first.
Yeah.
On what do you really want from that relationship, and what are your expectations?
Yeah.
One of the areas that I have been so very proud of you is you have done a lot of work on what you really want.
Yeah.
And because I believe that you've become very clear on the vision and the purposes in your life that you want, it becomes easier to have the honest conversation with those that are anchors of just saying, hey, I love you.
Yeah.
I want what's best for you.
Yeah.
And I would really love for you to go with me here.
Yeah.
But I'm going there.
Yeah.
I would love for you to come.
Love for you to come.
It's ultimately your choice on whether you want to go where I'm going. And if you're not willing to go there, that's okay. I wish you nothing but the best.
Yeah.
And then be okay
Yeah.
with the fact that some people aren't going to choose that path.
Yeah.
And if they don't choose the path, that's okay for them too.
Yeah.
That may be where God's leading them.
Yeah.
And we just have to trust that He's in control and He knows the direction they need to go and the direction that we're choosing to go.
It's so good, man. I think one of the things you've taught me more than anybody probably in the last couple years is just the power of kindness and clarity. Mm-hmm. And I've heard you say this before. If we are kind and we are clear, we are not responsible for their reaction. We're not responsible for how they feel about it. The other thing I would say too in that is if you're dealing with an anchor, maybe you've got somebody and you're like, man, I think one of the things me and Kelsey have done is we've been very intentional about kind of, if you could imagine, like different levels of friendships. Because there's some people that maybe they're an anchor or maybe they just don't want to go with you. Maybe they want to stay there. And honestly, once a quarter, we can go out to dinner with them and have a really good time without the expectation of growing or going or doing those things. We just have a really fun time with them as long as that's the expectation set. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
And then I've got other people that we are, the second and fourth Wednesday in our crazy schedule, they are locked into time with what we call our core group. And these are the people that have loved us. These are the people that, they're praying for us every day. They're texting us every day. They're investing in our kids. They see the call on our life. And we see the call on their life. And it is just it's this beautiful thing of having those relationships. And so I think for one of the things that God really helped me break through was thinking that every friendship had to have the same set of expectations.
Right.
That they got the same amount of energy from me, the same amount of time. I mean, there are literally people now that I used to be really close friends with, and the expectation is, man, when I see them out, I'm going to say hi and be cordial.
Right.
But that's it. Like that's the energy they're getting from me. That's the effort they're getting from me, and that's the effort I'm getting from them. And I think when we're honest about that, it's a really powerful thing. I think it's the way God created. I mean, Jesus had, if you look at his discipleship model, he had 3, he had 12, he had 70, he had and all of them had different expectations. If you were in the 3, it's like, hey man, we're going to pray together.
Yeah.
Let's go pray together. If you're with the 12, hey, we're going to minister together. We're going to do this. If you're with the 70, there's this expectation. And I think some people get so exhausted and so tired and so frustrated because they're trying to set everybody in that close group. And so I just think there's something powerful about saying, maybe you're on the boat, but maybe you're on the back of the boat, or maybe you're on the front of the boat, or maybe just thinking through that when we think about relationships. Because the truth is, with our family and kids, you're a great father, you're a great husband, you invest a lot of time and energy into that. And in this season of life, the expectation that we can have deep, authentic friendships with every single person is just unrealistic. And it's not the way it was modeled. And so, man, tell us, just kind of in closing, man, what would you encourage someone right now that they are like, man, I want to grow. I want the boat to move. I want it to go in a positive direction, but I don't even really know where to start. What would you encourage them with today?
Pastor Heath, this. One of my mentors is Dr. Robert Murray.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite things he's told me is you're only lonely with things you want more of.
Yeah.
What I mean by that is a lot of people in this world, I think that they pursue so many people in the boat because at the core, they're lonely for something that they don't have.
Yeah.
So first and foremost, I would say pursue the heart of God and ask him what you need.
Yeah.
And then be willing to ask the people that you want in your boat.
Yeah.
Because you will pursue the things that you want in life.
That's so good.
And so just get clarity, first and foremost,
Yeah.
from the Lord and His Word, through prayer, through seeking advice, seeking counsel, all the things that go with it.
Yeah.
What do you really need?
Yeah.
And
So
then ask those people that fill those spots.
Yeah.
Come prepared when you ask them to meet with you.
Yeah.
And just be willing to ask for what you need in life.
Yeah.
And that's been my story.
Yeah.
One last thing I'll close
You're
with.
good. Yeah.
You also have to be willing to hear no.
Yeah.
Because as many times as I've heard yes from people I've pursued as mentors, I've heard equally as many no's.
So good.
But it hasn't discouraged me from pursuing the things I want.
Yeah.
And that's what I would say. And we have a loving Heavenly Father
Yeah.
that wants us to be with Him.
Yeah.
And I believe with all my heart, He's okay with me asking as His son, adopted,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
For what I need.
Yeah.
And He knows that I need earthly people around me, pushing me to pursue the things He's called me to. So that's what I would say, man.
So good,
in closing, is just to pursue the things that you want and need.
Yeah.
And ask for it.
And that's where the clarity comes in. I think there's so much peace in my life right now because I know where we're headed, and I know the people around us, whether it's in our family or at the church, are headed in that same direction.
Yeah.
I think weariness and exhaustion come when somebody's on your boat trying to go in a different direction. You know, if you watch those guys that row professionally, they are in unity. I mean, that paddle is hitting the water, because any disunity, they go in the wrong direction. And so, man, that is that's one of the things I've appreciated about you and your friendship. I can say without a doubt, you are on my boat. You have shouted at me to get rowing before, and you've shouted at me to slow down before. And I have so much trust in your friendship.
Thank you.
And I love you with all my heart. I love your family with all my heart. You guys don't know this, but this guy has changed my life in the last couple years for the better, and I'm so thankful for him. I am where I am today, a long part because of you, and because you're on my boat, and because of your support and your friendship. And so, man, I just say thank you.
You're welcome, man.
Thank you. And thank you for all that you're doing. Thank you guys for being on the podcast. As always, man, we love you guys. And I just want you to know, I'm going to be praying for you this week, because I know I've been on this journey for a long time. Jonathan's been on this journey for a long time. Yeah. It's not easy to distance yourself, or it's not easy to go ask somebody. I could tell you stories of people I've called that had no idea who I was, and now they are mentoring me.
Right.
And people are like, man, how did that happen? Well, it just took a step. And so I would just encourage you, man, find those people that want to help you get your boat moving in the direction you want it to go. And I'm just praying for divine encounters for you this week. As always, we love you, and we're praying for you, and we'll see you next time on the One More Thought podcast.
Thanks, Pastor Heath.
You bet.